Welcome back to another video. So I kind of messed up. This isn't the spot that I thought that I reserved. The spot that I reserved is one over, and it's not near as good, but there's no one here. So I think I'm going to take my chances tonight and stay here. And if someone shows up, I can leave. It's not like I have a big camper that I've got to load everything up in, but the other site that I picked up is not as good, and that was my mistake. I thought that I got this site and I didn't. Shame on me for doing that, but I'm kind of hoping no one shows up because I've got a pretty good little lakefront area that looks pretty sweet. So I'm really crossing my fingers and hoping that no one shows up. Fingers crossed, because that other site, it's not as good. And oh my gosh, there's literally a school bus converted into a camper, like an RV. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm sure you can't, but I mean, they didn't even try to paint that thing. It's a big old bright yellow school bus. Oh, let's hope no one shows up. Let's do a little bit of house cleaning here. Free thinker, I shipped out your package from the very first video I did a giveaway on, so that package is in the mail. Thanks for participating. And the crabs are still alive. I don't know how, but they're still alive. So I've had a couple people ask on that. So Crab Watch 2022, they're still making it. I don't give them much longer. I don't know how they're living, but they are. I'm gonna start this video off with a bang. Let's go up to my truck because I've got a little bonus nugget to give you guys. Let's go see what I have in store right now. All right, gang. So I've got my standard care package thing, giveaway, gizmo, dealy thing that I'm doing, but check this out. You guys also have the chance in this video to win this extremely sweet Bodega 12-volt like personal cooler. And this thing is sweet, guys. It's got a Bluetooth app on it, so you can, again, check the temperature, you can change the temperature, you can update the settings directly from your phone, or of course from the front LCD panel. Again, it's 16 quarts, and this thing holds, it's just perfect for like a one-night getaway like what I use. So I've got my 4 banquets, I've got all my food I'm gonna cook, and up here you can freeze this thing, and it just kind of helps supplement the coldness in here. But this thing's built like a tank, and I think it's just the perfect size for little one-nighters. Again, doesn't take up a lot of room, and it's got the low, medium, high battery protection settings. And so Bodega is actually offering to send one of you folks this cooler once the video reaches a certain point. Squirrel just came running up, like on a mission. So Bodega is gonna send you folks one of these units if the video gets to where it needs to go, and I'll put that down in the description. But overall, again, guys, this might be one of my more favorite little 12-volt coolers because it doesn't take up any room, and this is not a cheap cooler. This thing is built very, very nicely. Thank you, Bodega, for sending this out, and I'll put a link in the description for this cooler if you don't win and you're still interested in it, because it probably will be what I use most of the time moving forward now. It's just a perfect size. Now, I wouldn't offer you guys a cooler if I didn't offer you guys a way to power it. Also giving away this super sweet 600 watt, actually it's like 636 watt hours, but a 600 watt inverter capability lithium battery station from VTOMAN. And I use the 1000 watt version of this. I've used it several times, and this thing is a very, very nice battery station. It's not your cheap knock around power station. Okay, you've got 4 USB inputs. You've got 3 of your standard 5-volt, 2.4 amp. You've got a quick charge input. You've got an in and out power delivery, 60 watts. So this thing will actually run like a MacBook or a modern laptop because it is 60 watts output, and you can charge it 60 watts input. It's got pass-through charging, so you can charge this up and use it at the same time. You've got your LED light. You know, you've got what I've got the cooler hooked up to right now, the cigarette style. You also have 2, looks like 5521 inputs that you can run something off of. It's just a really, really nice battery station. So again, 600 watt inverter, 636 watt hour capacity. So this thing will get you through the night. And I'm gonna be using this setup all day and all night to run my little cooler. So I'll put in the description below what you guys have to do to win this. This isn't part of my standard giveaway, and that'll be at the end of the video. But this is just an extra little bonus nugget that these companies, Bodega and VTOMAN, are offering to do for me. So I thought that was really, really cool, because these are two very good pieces of gear, so to say. Guys, check down below to see what you got to do to win this, but these are good items. I mean, this thing's 500 bucks. This is around 300, so these aren't cheap items, and we're giving them away for free. Literally, for free. No shipping, no strings attached, nothing. So, with that, I'm going to get these out of the way. I'm going to get my banquet. Speaking of banquets, let me go ahead and get that cranking. And I found this little guy hiding in my refrigerator. I got one more bottle left, and I'm already sweating profusely, because it is a cool, brisk day here in Texas again. I think we're sitting at 104, but that's kind of old hat by now. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me say how hot it is, because it's been 104, 105 for seems like 3 months. So it's hot, and I found this guy, my only bottle. There we go. No matter how hot you are, these banquets always seem to hit you in the right spot, especially when they're cold, coming out of this nice cooler. And I did forget to say that this thing goes down to -4, so it will freeze whatever you put in there. -4 to, I believe, 60 degrees, which I don't ever would use it at 60 degrees, but it will go all the way down to 4 below 0. So I'm going to get things unpacked. I don't know how much I want to get unpacked in case somebody shows up, but I don't have a whole lot to unpack. I am going to get I brought my AC unit today, because I would be going home if I forgot that tonight. That was not fun last video. So I'm going to get that hooked up, get it going. And for dinner tonight, I'm going to be actually trying a foil packet type dinner. So I got some veggies and some sausage that I'm going to cut up and try a foil packet on my lava box. I'm going to use my little grill that you can put on top of your lava box. And I'm just going to let that kind of cook for an hour or so. I actually probably don't even need a lava box. I just put it in a foil packet and stick it on the concrete here. It'll probably... Every car that passes, I kind of hold my breath. I don't know if this is going to be very relaxing, because I don't want it to be the people that have this site reserved. Well, let's try to get a little bit of fishing in before we get kicked out. So I'm just going to be using, I think, what they call a little June bug color. And this is one of those Booyah, I think this is the micro pond, because it's fairly small. All right, well, I have decided that it's just simply too hot to stand out there in the sun to fish, so I'm going to get this catfish rig loaded up, and I'm going to put a frozen shrimp on it. All right, get some frozen shrimp. There we go. Let's go get this tossed out there. All right, let's let that do the work for us. So let me get this back in our fancy cooler. Got to keep my sausage cold. And for snacks, I haven't had these in forever, but I love them. And I saw them when I was at the grocery store. Peanut butter filled pretzels. No Texas donkeys today, because the plan is to actually head home in the morning, and I'm going to take the family to Louisiana to go catfishing on some family's land. So they have quite a bit of land, and they actually have a horse arena on their property. I just love going over there. So that's the plan, is before the kids start back up for school, we're gonna get in the car and head over there and visit some family. A donkey does sound really, really nice right about now, as I drip sweat all over the place. But that's why it's I'm taking it a little bit easy, because we got about a 4.5–5 hour drive tomorrow. And I haven't even had a nibble off of that catfish pole. I think it's just too hot for anything, including me. I hope that actually looks as cool as it does on the viewfinder with the reflections of the clouds. The bell was jingling pretty bad, but the shrimp was still on, so we'll try a different spot. It's probably a turtle. I can only take about 5 minutes of that at a time in the sun. Let's give this a rest and let that catfish pole work. No fish so far. Well, gang, there's not much else to do right now with it being so hot except cook. So tonight's gonna kind of be a foil packet dinner, and the ingredients for tonight is going to be broccoli, sausage, some potatoes, butter, and lots of good spices I'll show you. So let's start out by making the little foil boat. So I got 3 sheets of foil right here, just in case. Let's start with, I just got some garlic butter roasted red potatoes. They look pretty good at the store, so I thought, what the heck. Let's dump some of those guys in there. Little pieces of broccoli. Florets, to be exact. Dump some of those guys in here. Because we're all about healthy meals on this channel. Always got to make it healthy. Just some beef smoked sausage. Nothing special here. Just gonna cut it up in little yummy pieces. These Mora knives are like 10 bucks a piece. But this is the stainless steel version, and it's been the best camp knife that I've had. Because if you lose it, oh well, it's not a huge deal. But they are sharp. And instead of resharpening them, just buy another one. Okay. So now we're gonna add a little bit of butter. Not much, just about four cups worth. Nothing crazy. Okay. Now for the seasoning. My wife and I use this at home for everything, even though it's called French fry seasoning, but it's Friday French fry seasoning blend. And this stuff is fantastic on literally anything. You can put this on your cereal and it tastes good. So get some of that on there. Then I've got some Himalayan pink salt with black pepper and garlic. Can't go wrong with this stuff either. I just picked easy spices that you can't really mess up. And then last but not least, it's called Everything But The. And this stuff literally goes on anything. There we go. Right there. So this stuff goes on your pick. Everything. Again. So that's all the spices I'm going to use. Now I'm going to do my best to fold this up and create a little home. A little nice home for this meal without tearing a hole in it, because that would defeat the whole purpose of this thing. Literally, easy as that. Alright, so I got the lava box hooked up to the propane, and this little lava box gadget, you can get this extra accessory, and it's actually a stand for it that the legs pop out, but you can use the top of it as an actual kind of a grill. I got my my eyebrows there, folks. I'm just gonna place this guy on top of it and let it sit. We don't need that flame, we just need it warm. There we go. And let that bad boy cook while we do nothing and not catch fish. Well, I think we're done with the foil packet. Now I just got to try to get it off without burning myself. It shouldn't be too hot, but get this fire cut off. So it's been on here for about an hour. I put it on at around 6:30 and it's 7:25. So I think it's going to be enough heat, and this stuff is already cooked anyway. I just wanted that butter and spices to kind of get, you know, whatever this is, all up in the food. Okay. I'm actually going to go eat this in the truck with that air conditioner so I can maybe somewhat enjoy it. So let's take this up there and okay. Oh, I feel so much better in here. Well, if you can't tell, it's a little warm outside still. We got ourselves a nice foil packet meal. I haven't opened it up yet. But first things first, that's cold. Hey, Coors, if you're watching, I'd be happy to take on a sponsor. All right. So, I need to get a plate going. And we've got special plates again for tonight. Wouldn't be a true meal without the unicorn plate. Fork and knife going. Clean up before dinner. Wet the palate. Yep. Okay, let's see how this thing turned out without getting melted butter everywhere. Looks pretty good. Nice and steamy. So I've got to figure out a nice way to get this on. Well, you know what? No, not going to, because that's just going to create a big mess. So we're just going to put this foil packet on the unicorn plate. That's nice. A piece of sausage. These foil packet meals are so easy. I was researching a lot of these before tonight, and some of these get pretty extravagant. And so I went to the store and I just saw some frozen vegetables and a sausage, but you can do Louisiana style shrimp boils in here. I mean, you can do, I saw one recipe that looked really fun, cheesy fries. That looked good. So folks, coming up on the next video, I got a couple of things I'm gonna do different to the inside of this truck. And I'm gonna take out this cabinet that you can't see, but my cabinet that's in here, and I'm gonna rewire everything, and I'm gonna use Anderson connectors, because I think they're a little bit nicer than what I'm using. I'm just using like barrel connectors, and they do kind of sometimes have a tendency to slip out. So I'm gonna rewire everything to Anderson connectors. Hopefully show you guys how to do that. I'm gonna take out some of these lights. I'm gonna put some new lights in, and I think I'm gonna take out these curtains, because I thought this was a cool idea when I first built this, but I've been camping in this thing for 6 months now. And I don't really need the curtains because I don't stealth camp. So I think I'm gonna just take these out and actually cut some Reflectix to the size of the window, so I can just keep the Reflectix on here during the day, and at night take them off, because at night I keep these curtains open anyway, and so I like to have the curtains open when I sleep, so when I wake up I can see outside. So there's going to be a pretty big update on the inside of this camper coming up here in the next week or two, probably. So I'll be able to walk you through, hopefully, a little bit better how I wired everything, because I do get a lot of questions on how I wired things. So stay tuned for that. So while I finish this meal, guys, I'm going to cut to probably maybe the part that you've been waiting for, or you just like to watch me eat. I don't know. But we're going to cut to the freebies for this giveaway. Hey gang, I hope you're enjoying the video, but I wanted to cut to this section because I didn't want to bring all this stuff with me, and frankly, it's just easier for me to review it here than at camp. Let's just get into it, folks. There's going to be a headlamp, and this is from Orbit. And this guy's pretty sweet. And this little headlamp, I think, is really, really sweet. So most of the headlamps have that big thing up front. This is kind of LEDs all the way around. It is rechargeable. And to turn it on, you just click it and hold. And this dial in the back adjusts the brightness of the front LEDs. Now, I'll put this on and show you. But it does have a battery monitor here, so you can see how much battery you have left in this thing. But it's just a really cool little, I'm not the best model, and obviously you'll probably not be wearing a hat, but you just reach back here and turn this bad boy all the way up. Turn it down and all the way back up, and this really casts just a good light all the way around you. It's not a big beam pointing down at one hot spot. If you're sitting around the picnic table, or you know, walking around your camp at night, it just creates a nice big flood pattern, and I'll try to show that to you here with the lights off in the garage. But just a really cool little headlamp. See if we can get you a kind of a close-up view of those LEDs. So again, to hold it, to turn it off, just press and hold, and it cuts it off. So just some quick specs on this little unit right here. It does have a 3,300 milliamp hour battery. On the highest settings on this thing, it's going to be putting out 1,000 lumens, and that's a 180-degree beam pattern that can throw up to 30 meters. So it's plenty of light for anything that you would ever need around camp. It's not a searchlight, but it's more of an area light, which is a nice light when you're around camp. You don't have a big hot spot on things everywhere you look. You know, you have just a nice big flood pattern. And this is a Type C USB recharging port. So nice for them for putting a USB-C on here. So again, this is from Orbit, and it does have a little velvety carrying bag that you can stick this thing in. And it does come with the USB Type C charging cord and an extra head strap. So this is the first item up for bid. Thank you folks over at Orbit for helping out the channel. And you guys might think this is crazy, I don't know, but walkie talkies, okay? So this is from voscom, and my wife and I actually use walkie talkies when we do go camping quite a bit, because usually where we're at, the cell service is terrible. So these things work great if she wants to walk to the bathroom at night or go take a shower at night. We typically have one on each of us. So kind of keep in contact with her, especially with the cell service not being worth anything out there. At least most of the places that we go to, we can't get cell service. And sometimes with the kids, I'll give my son one of these, especially here around the house too. All these stuff is not just for camping. He loves playing with these things. You know, this is a half-mile in perfect conditions range, and that's pretty much line of sight. So, you know, but around camp, we haven't had any issues with not being able to get a hold of each other using these things. It does have 121 privacy codes. You can get your NOAA weather channels on this thing. So if you see a thunderstorm coming in, or if you're wondering what the weather is going to be like at night or in the morning, this does have the weather channel built into it, so you can just click to it and listen to the weather. It does have the FM radio built into it too. If you're kind of bored out there fishing, you don't have a phone, you don't have any kind of music, and you want to hear some tunes, this thing's got an FM radio on it. It is, of course, rechargeable, micro USB rechargeable. It does have a flashlight on it, and it does come with, you can connect these headphones to the actual walkie-talkie itself, and it's got a little push to talk. So you can have it in your ears and you won't be able to hear it. So this is the unit itself. Nice belt clip, you know, it's not going to go anywhere. There's your little light. Press and hold the light button to cut it off. FM radio button.
100. South winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Heat index values up to 105.
There's your weather radio. Just a real simple, just walkie-talkie. You don't have to have a license to use these things. I do like ham and GMRS radios. However, you have to have a license, and they're fairly complicated if you don't really know what you're doing. And again, these are just your standard everyday walkie-talkies to where you can use wherever you go. Okay, so again, so maybe you folks already know, but I'm a big flashlight junkie. I love flashlights, and I love little ones because you can stick them in your pocket. And this one's really cool. This is from Sofern. And this little guy, I tell you what, this little gizmo right here, guys, this thing packs a crazy, crazy punch. Before I turn it on, it does come with a little wrist lanyard that you can run through here. Comes with that, comes with a really nice heavy-duty USB-C charging cord. You get your instruction booklet. So whoever wins this, good luck with the instruction booklet, because this thing does about 500 different things on it. I haven't even scratched the surface. I know how to turn it on and dim it and basically SOS mode, but this thing does all kinds of crazy things, and whoever wins it, go at it with this. But this thing is crazy bright. It's got a very ramped up and down. It's not staggered, so you press and hold it and it goes all the way up. Press and hold it and it goes all the way down, and anywhere that you let go during that cycle, it'll stop. Okay, and then if you want to turn it off, just press and click real fast, and press and click again to turn it on, and it's got memory, so it's going to go back to that same setting where you stopped it at every single time. It's got a nice green LED power indicator. It does have a dual belt clip, so you can put it in your pocket, or again, you can put these things on your hat and kind of go hands-free with it. But this is just a really all aluminum. You know, this thing's built nice. It's not a cheap little toy. This thing on the highest setting is 1,000 lumens on this little guy, and this thing is IPX8 waterproof, water rated. So this thing will stay underwater at a depth of 2 meters for like 30 minutes. This does have one 16340 lithium ion battery built into it, and you can remove it and replace it in the event that you have to. So overall, and here's the instructions if you guys want to see all that it does. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into that today with you folks, but whoever wins it, it'll give you something to do at night when you sit down and try to figure out all the things that this little light does. You can ramp all the way up to 1,000 lumens, ramp it all the way back down, and it's just built very, very solid. Very, very cool light. So I do have one more little light, and I use these things on my backpack. I love them. And I've given one of these away in a couple of videos before, but I had another set and I wanted to give another one away. But these are just little carabiner keychain lights. But folks, I tell you what, these things come in handy so much. In the back of my truck at night when I don't want to fiddle with a flashlight, this is just sitting up next to, you know, where I keep my phone and stuff. And it's just a little keychain carabiner light. It does have a bottle opener, and this thing's all metal. It's not plastic. Got a little carabiner. It's got a kickstand in the back. Okay, so you can set it down like so. It's got a magnet in the back, so you can affix it to anything that's magnetic, obviously. It is Type C USB rechargeable. I don't know if that's going to come in with my face right there. Type C USB rechargeable, and it's got several different modes. Okay, so it's got high, medium-ish, strobe, and then if you press and hold, it goes into turbo mode. So really, really bright. And again, this is just, it's so tiny. I mean, you can fit it in the palm of your hand and not know it's there, but this thing puts out perfect light, especially in the back of my truck or walking around my truck at night when I'm taking my backpack out of my truck and I'm, you know, going around to the back. It's on my shoulder. Just press and hold it, and you've got just perfect light. Clip it to your belt loop. I just think these lights are very utilitarian and just cool little lights. That's it without the light again, but just a really cool little light. In my opinion, that's why I'm giving these things away, because I think they're cool. What's up next? This is pretty cool. This is from Placino. You got a hard case, carrying case, but what's in it? We've got another travel spinning rod case. So open that up, and this is obviously brand new. You've got your spinning reel. I don't really want to take all the packaging off of it, but just straight out of the box, that's pretty smooth. And it is a 3000 size spinning reel, instant lock or not, depending on what you want to do. Just a really nice little reel. You're gonna get some, I don't know, 6 kilogram test. I don't know. I only do standard sizes. I'm gonna guess that's probably 6 pound test, just a little bit to get you started. And you also have, of course, a little box of lures. So if you have no fishing gear whatsoever, you can go get started on this thing tomorrow. So you got that going for you. And then this is a 6 foot 8 inch spinning rod. Okay, and guys, believe it or not, these are pretty nice rods. I have a couple in my truck for if I ever forget my rods. I use these, and they're tiny. So you don't even have to use this case. You can stick this in your backpack, whatever. They're literally just telescoping rods. I'm running out of room. I'm not gonna worry about getting all the eyelets straight, but medium action. Okay, so it's kind of your all-around, basic, good, all-around fishing rod. It's not ultralight, it's not ultra heavy. You can throw a lot of lures on this thing and be just fine. There you go. So if you need to, if you're just getting started into fishing, or if you just want to have some kind of kit to throw in your truck to where if you're going down the road and you see a good little honey hole you want to stop at, you'll always have this in your truck or car, you know. Cars are cool too. Thank you, Placino, for this. And again, just a really nice little case for it if you want to keep it in here. Last but not least, we've got one heck of a tackle bag. This thing is super nice. This is from Vismix, and I know you can't feel this, guys, but this is built very, very well. The canvas on this bag is very, very heavy duty. You've got rubber molding on the bottom, stands up. You've got finger zipper pulls all the way around. You've got, you know, store your phone up here if you want, or whatever, you know, but all kinds of pockets. You got molly webbing on the sides. You've got Velcro that goes into a mesh pocket here. More pockets that open up. You got your plier holders in the front, more molly. I mean, it just goes on and on, all the storage. So let's not open that up yet. You've got a expandable water bottle pouch there. You've got another zipper right here. More molly. Your straps are really nice. You got a chest compression fitting there too as well. And this thing actually does come with tackle boxes to put inside. So you're gonna get 4 of these things in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's great that this comes with 4 of these little tackle boxes, because these things are like 20 bucks a piece if you go buy them separately, if you buy the good ones. Now you can get the cheap ones from Walmart that aren't that expensive, but they don't last long. So you're gonna get 4 of these boxes in here. So you can access those boxes from the top, or you can access those boxes from this zipper here. Fold that open and have easy access to them. So between the fishing pole, the fishing bag, your walkie-talkies, your flashlights, guys, you could be gone for 2 weeks with this setup only. As long as you can catch fish like I do all the time, you'll have plenty to eat and you'll be set to go. Never need to go home again. That is it for this video's giveaway. I hope you like the items. I think they're all pretty cool, but now back to the show. Well, gang, I hope you enjoyed this video's giveaway. I thought it was some pretty cool stuff. I just wrapped up dinner. This is really good. I'll probably be doing this again. I'm surprised I liked it, because normally hot food and 105-degree temps just doesn't sound good to me, but this was super easy to make and it was really good. So, well, it was good. Very good. I thought that was it. Thought they were going to tell me to leave. Hey, Mike, come back. So we gotta go. I think someone's here. That sucks. Well, folks, bit of a bummer, but those people did show up. So I'm not mad at them. It was their site. Nothing ever goes perfect. So I'm in my spot that I picked out myself. Obviously on accident, but here's our new spot. So I don't think I can even get to the lake from here. There's a little path that I might walk down to see if I can get bank access, but overall this is just a big old piece of grass. So I'm gonna just unpack the chair and take a quick hike to see if I can get down to the lake from where I'm at here and see where we go from there, folks. So stay tuned. All right, let's make the most of this debacle and see if we can at least get to the lake from here. Truth be told, I'm not too upset because I'm kind of excited for the sun to go down so I can just get in the back of that truck and call it a night because I got a long day ahead of me. But let's see if we can't find any type of water to get to. I mean, this looks like a path, right? I don't know if it's going to lead me to the fish, but it's better than sitting down at camp and doing nothing. So let's see where this takes us, and hopefully I don't run into any wildlife that wants to fang me. One last hoorah before we go to bed. So this park is full of beavers. Check this out. Those stumps are all over the place where beavers just chewed on them. So I found a quick little spot. I'm gonna throw out a couple and then we're gonna head back. Well, that was fun. Well, not only did I get skunked tonight, I just lost my lure, had to cut my line. So we're gonna head back to the new camp and probably call it a night because it's kind of going downhill right now. Just take the punches as they come. I'm still outside, still camping. So I got about a 20-minute hike back. But with the magic of video, we'll be there in just a second. So I'm gonna sit here and kind of collect my thoughts, listen to some music, cool down a little bit, and kind of get myself ready for bed because I do want to get to bed early tonight. And I'll see you folks inside. Well, gang, I've been sitting in here for about probably 30-45 minutes soaking up the AC. Got myself a little bath with my dude wipes. Yes, I know what they're really for, but they still feel good on your face. I'm gonna call it a night. This was a little bit different. Kind of a bummer that I had to leave out of that site, but it's totally my fault. I thought I booked that site and I didn't. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to check the description because you want to win this. This thing is a nice power box. So I had my 12-volt cooler plugged in from the time that I left my house until right now, and it's 9 o'clock, and off that cooler I used 80. I'm down to 80%. So only 20% of the battery on this thing ran this cooler. So check out the description, see what you guys got to do, help out, share the video. And speaking of the cooler, this is a really good cooler. I'm going to use this probably from here on out for my truck camping. So it's going to be this cooler right here, and the link for this cooler will be down in the description. But Bodega is going to send this cooler to you directly from them. I just got to tell them who won and give them the address, if you guys are cool with that. If you don't want the cooler, I won't give them the address. So, and they're free, guys. So all you got to do is watch the video, share it, like it, boom, we're good. But anyway, so I'm going to head to bed now because, again, I got about a 5-hour drive ahead of me tomorrow. That's going to do it for tonight. So, folks, thanks again for watching. Thanks for your support so much. I really do enjoy the comments that you guys send me. And we'll see you in the morning. Take care.
No. I am freezing. Can't believe I'm saying that. Oh my goodness. Oh. I slept really good last night.
That thing says it's shooting out 51 degrees. I don't doubt it right now. Yep. All right, let's get up and get out of here. All right, I'm gonna get the stuff put away and we're gonna head home. It was pretty humid last night. This is all from the AC unit. Probably about 3 cups. Got my trash from last night. Stopped by on the way out and put in the dumpster. Got to get unplugged. That would have been fun. All right, folks. Well, hey, thanks for sticking around for this little adventure. Sorry we had ended up getting moved to a kind of a less optimal or scenic spot, but that kind of stuff happens. So, guys, again, thanks for watching, and I'm on my way off to that next adventure today. So wish me luck on that 5-hour drive with 2 kids and a wife. So we will catch you soon.